This experience is better with audio.
Hi, we're back with another video. This is different from my other ones. I've been watching a lot of art YouTubers do a lot of sketchbook tours. These aren't all of them. I have quite a few. I want to say maybe 6. I think about 6. All unfinished, by the way. I'll get into why that's the case in a second. What inspired this video, I want to say, is Goop Scully, and I was just watching his sketchbook tour. I thought it was dope. All of my sketchbooks are pretty unfinished, like I said. They're unfinished because for the past few years, I've been strictly digital. Ever since I took art seriously, it's been straight digital for real. Of course, sometimes in class in like high school, I would pick up a sketchbook and doodle in it. Doodle. That sounded like doo-doo. I'm doodle in it, but I've been pretty forced out my comfort zone with my college classes. I've been really enjoying my art classes there though. I've had my painting. Well, I'm taking a painting class now. I took this comic class and we did a painting. I loved how it came out. That was my first traditional painting. I'll put it up on screen. Since maybe middle school, but like, I don't know. It was a lot of fun though. I enjoyed it a lot. That's really getting me back into traditional a little more. One thing I want to do this year is definitely get way more into traditional. This video is probably going to be a long one, so we might as well get into it. I'm gonna set up the camera so you guys can see it. At the same time, I'm flipping through the pages and shit. So I'll see y'all boys. All right, we got the camera set up. We got the sketchbooks here. I can't tell you exactly the dates on these. This one is very recent, somewhat. I want to say maybe of 2 years. We're gonna get the big one out the way. This is the one I know that I have finished. One thing I'm gonna say for sure is with all of these, for the most part, I don't fill up the pages, and that's what you're also gonna notice a lot with my art, my sketches. I don't fill up the pages. That is an issue. I'll zoom in every now and then, but you see what I mean? Like, this page is blank, bro. Yeah. But, you know, these are from high school, early senior year of high school. I'm pretty sure this is when I was trying to figure out my art style. It's pretty sharp, I'd say, very sharp. And you can also see I don't really draw on the left side of the pages. I don't really draw on the back side of the pages too often. It's definitely a thing, but to avoid of just talking about my sketches and stuff, I'm gonna start talking about a few things I've been up to. You know, I've been watching Bleach. Bleach is fire. I got this not that long ago. I love it. I love it. Shit is fire. I am loving Bleach right now. I am now on the arc of, I'm trying to avoid spoilers. When they first get out of the Soul Society, that's like season 3 on Hulu. I don't know how the seasons work on like Crunchyroll or whatever, you know, legal streaming services you guys might use, but yeah, that's where I'm at right now. I also started Fiona and Cake season 2. y'all don't know, Adventure Time is one of my most favorite cartoons ever. Top one. I love it so much. Of course, you know, I'm a fan of Regular Show and Amazing World of Gumball. I love Amazing World of Gumball. Like, out of the big three of the 2010s, I'd say Adventure Time, Amazing World of Gumball, and Regular Show. And that's how it's ranked for me, I'd say. And that's no diss to Regular Show. I know so many people love Regular Show out there. I love it. And I'm so excited for the next, I think it's like the next season, the Lost Files thing that's coming out. I'm excited for that. And Amazing World of Gumball, the new seasons are so fire, bro. Y'all need to watch. If you have not watched it, please watch them, bro. They are so good. They're actually so good. I feel like the start of season 1 of Amazing World of Gumball, or The Wonderfully Weird World of Gumball, it was a decent start. I feel like in the middle it started kind of it wasn't that it was bad, but of course there were better episodes than others, but near the end it got way better. In season 2, I can't even name a bad episode or episode I was like, yeah. So it's definitely just up from there for sure. Yeah, as you can tell, it's just a lot of broken, empty pages of random sketches of different stuff. This was a brand I was working on back then. I always had this ideology, I still have it to this day actually, of I don't think it's the best ideology, but oh, this page is ripped. That if I have a bad drawing on a page, and this will probably come up, where there is one sketch on a page that the page is cursed, so I have to flip to another page. It's a complete waste of paper. But it's an ideology I have held. Hopefully I don't get striked. There's no, like, they're basically Barbie dolls. Yeah, a lot of anatomy practice and stuff of, yeah. This was of, I'm not gonna look this up right now, but editing me will let y'all know. I'm pretty sure this drawing is of the actor everybody was craving over on Squid Games. What was her number? Player. She was one of the last three. I'm pretty sure that was just like a picture she posted. I use a reference off of as you can see, Rico Nasty, the GOAT. Babytron, I was listening to a lot of Babytron this year. Lil Yachty as well. Not really much Juice WRLD, but you know, had to show love. Sonic, come on. I love Sonic. If you can't tell, I have Sonic in the back. I have Sonic drawings that has done pretty well on my page and things like that. I love Sonic so much. It's one of my most favorite gaming icons, and that will never change, bro. Been loving the movies as well. The movies are really good. Of course, my only right with the movies are, like, I guess how tonally paced they can be. It's a little erratic. Spoilers, but specifically at the end, you know, nice little pen sketches. But close to the end of movie 3, when they were fighting and stuff, you know, Sonic, Shadow was fighting.
That's right, new hedgehog.
And it's when they teamed up, Crush 40 started playing. It was so hype. My girlfriend had to calm me down. I was screaming in the theater when there were kids around, and I just started cussing. I got a sailor mouth. I was cussing out of happiness though. It wasn't out of anger. But you know, it was super hype. The song was at its peak, and then it just cuts to Jim Carrey just slapping because he's playing two characters. Robotnik's father, butt, or the other way around. I mean, yeah, I wasn't too much of a fan of that, but it was whatever. You know, at the end of the day, it is still a kids movie, and I'm not necessarily the target audience, but you know, I think y'all should cater to me. But I love Sonic. I love Chainsaw Man as well, and Attack on Titan. I got some pop figures over there. If I remember, I'll show it up on camera at some point. Same thing with a Levi statue I got for Christmas from my girlfriend's brother Frankie. If you're watching this, I love you, bro. Some nice little sketches. This one actually I did turn into an illustration back then. I put it up on screen. Wasn't too bad. I liked it. Same with this one. This is of my character Elf, and oh my god. Oh my god. Her design has changed so much. And you could definitely tell the Chainsaw Man influence with the suit and everything. I'll show some other pictures of that as well on screen. You know, I was doing it was a webtoon commission. It was my very first comic commission. It was called Orion's Journey, I'm pretty sure. And this was the mom. I think I was just doing a quick sketch to send to the client. Some anatomy practice and just random stuff. This was really fun to do. So far, this might have been one of the best things, best looking things in the sketchbook. At least in my opinion. And then it flips over to this. The boot's nice though. Did a good job on the boot. This anatomy is something. It's something, but you know, never stop trying. It does not matter how bad it might seem to you, but it is never stop trying. You know, if I stopped, I wouldn't be where I am now in terms of my art. So I think this was like a little comic thing. You know, I'll zoom in real quick. One of my old OCs, Ella, doing like a Gojo laser thing. I think I've seen this on Pinterest, or at least a destroyed building on Pinterest, and I wanted to just try something out. Yeah, like you see what I mean? It's so blank. It's so blank. Yeah, nice little foreshortening right here. Perspective stuff and all of that. Decent. This is cool. Yeah, nah. Definitely just have some fun when you guys are drawing. Sometimes it could just be random stuff. This was from, I don't remember who suggested this on my Instagram, but back then I used to do a lot of it's like the prompt story things you post on your story. People could comment under them and I would put, hey, like, tell me what to draw. And I think that was the only one I did. I think this one was the only one I did that was traditional. Why? I don't know. I'm pretty sure every single other one was digital. But I used to do those a lot. Those are fun. See what I mean? Like, you know, nice little gesturals. No, nice little character without arms. His body's pretty thin looking. It's cool. Yeah, something. And then a character sleeping, I guess. I don't know. Please, in the comments, don't ask me what any of these are, because some of these I can't even tell you. I don't even remember the headspace I was in half the time. Here's Elf again. You know, one day I'll do a video on my OCs. I've added a lot to my roster now, actually, and they look a lot better. I'm way more excited to draw them now, and I got a lot of lore stocked up. And I'm excited to share it. I'm excited to share the world. I've been working on it pretty hard in the background of stuff. But, Gum from Jet Set Radio. That game is so fire. Please play it. And the music is understand the concept of love. Ooh. This is quite interesting. Stylized switch up? Is that what I'm doing here? Or is this a sword? I don't know. But yeah, Just Set Radio was fire. To think about games though, since we're on the topic, kind of, one of my most favorite games, this is pretty cool right here. One of my most favorite games for sure is, I don't know. I love Minecraft. Little Big Planet was always one of those games. I feel like as a kid, it was always those games that you never had access to, but because of that lack of access, you loved it so much. Little Big Planet 2 was one of those games for me. Sometimes I would want to go over my cousin's house just to play Little Big Planet. It's not to say I didn't love my cousin. I love Little Big Planet though, bro. I love Little Big Planet. Like a lot. This one was not necessarily a reference, but I think I used Gone as a reference though. So I guess I'll say a reference to Hunter x Hunter. Show was fire too. Yeah, I would beg my cousin to play Little Big Planet 2. And sometimes I would be able to, and other times I would not. Yeah, these are definitely interesting. I think this like character, this character, I think I got the idea from Fire Force, I want to say. Not sure exactly. Nice little feat study. I need to do more studies actually. Funny thing is, I did this in class. I think it was my writing class in high school, and I want to say it was in the middle of the year. I think. No, it was close to the end of the year. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was close to the end of the year. Little Ella again. This is actually one of my favorite drawings of her. Honestly, might be. It's not one of the last, but it might be one of the last traditional illustrations of her. I did not draw her much at all. Doesn't mean I hate her. I just didn't have a connection to her. Little practice drawing in my kitchen and folds and stuff. Yeah, this is a lot of anatomy stuff. Random eyes. Oh, this is fire. This is some heat. This might be the best drawing in here. For sure. Yeah. But you see what I mean though? It's just blank pages and stuff. I'm pretty sure this was Elf. I still kind of love this drawing. I think it's just the expression, the body language. Yeah, it's a lot of different stuff. I don't know why this person's throwing up gang signs. Yeah. And then these are from my graphic design class. I think it was my graphic design class. You had to make a character and animate it. Still kind of love this drawing for this character. Does this character have a name? No. Is it a boy or a girl? I can't even tell you. But I'll leave it up to the imagination. Well, we got Sketchbook 1 complete. These stickers are from Have You Died Before? And I got them. It smells like cologne. Fuck. But I got them in my shirt order. I love that. Please, fashion company, streetwear company, whatever. Please continue to do that. I love stickers. I love getting stickers in my orders, bro. Who doesn't? But here is the next one that we're gonna do. I want to say, I'm pretty sure this was the summer after high school to go into college. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, this tradition kind of continues. A lot of these, little fun fact, a lot of these drawings were done outside actually. There's a park near me and sometimes I would drive there and little Among Us. Sometimes I would drive there and draw under this tree. Beautiful tree. I'm pretty sure I have a drawing of said tree in here somewhere, so y'all see it at some point probably. 2022, this was when this sketchbook, at least this is when I got this sketchbook, was 2022. That's crazy. 4 years ago. 4-year-old sketchbook. That is insane. Nice little sketches. Little bike. I don't know why the shadow is not connected. Yeah. I love doing these. You're gonna see a lot of these, I think, in here. Damn, this was around the time The Last of Us Part 2 came out. I was doing some concept sketches, or at least one concept sketch, one thumbnail sketch of had this idea of drawing Ellie, and I was gonna turn it into a illustration, but that never happened. Don't really know what this is. I think this was a Pinterest picture. You could barely see it. It's very light, but pretty sure it was a Pinterest picture. Yeah, this is interesting. His hand is it's quite something. Some mouse. Mouth. Nice little fold tingies, I guess you want to call them. Not exactly sure what you call them, but you know. Little fighting pose, some hands and stuff. I was working on hands and stuff a lot around this time. These actually aren't bad, at least in terms of, you know, nice little shading in there. Yeah, this was one of the cursed pages I was telling you about. This actually isn't a bad drawing right here. Not too bad. Not too bad. I like it to this day. Was this of a character I was making? I think. I can't really tell you. You'll also notice I do this a lot. I'll kind of put a name next to the thing I'm drawing sometimes. Mainly because I liked how I would write. It's kind of like it was a little boxy, and I really liked it. Another one of those pages. It's Power's Eye right there. Yeah, need some water. Yeah. I'm gonna push through though. Link. And I don't know, who is this, Kratos? Don't know. It's another one of those pages. Pretty sure at the time, his name used to be RDK, but it is now Bonesaw. Yeah, I'm an OG fan. OG lover of his art. Lover is a strong word. I'm not gonna say that, but yeah, fan of his art. So I do have some troubling news. My phone's storage ran out, so can't really record my sketchbook flipping, at least not right now. You know, I'm gonna have to go in, I'm gonna have to delete some family photos, pictures of my dog. You know, gotta record this video, bro. Nah, I'm just playing. That shit low-key hurt. I'm gonna clear out my phone a little bit so we can continue filming this video. And guys, you're back. We're back, guys. To turn this off. It is awfully bright. So I wanted to do it for a nice little entrance. This is day 2. Big day 2. This is technically 4. I have cleared my storage on my phone, so we can get straight back into it like we never left. I know you see this Bad Bunny t-shirt. I am indeed a poser. I have never listened to a Bad Bunny song a day in my life. I think I got this shirt in like freshman year, maybe, from Paxton, I'm pretty sure. So yeah, I'm pretty much a poser, I'd say. Today was pretty smooth though. Just been working on a new profile picture that'll be up on the channel soon. Probably after I post this video, actually. So, you know, you guys will be up to date and relevant. Some nice little gestures. How are you guys doing today? Given this is probably the same day you guys are watching the video, but you know, you can still comment. Also comment, what are you guys watching nowadays? You know, we were talking about that in the previous day of what you guys were watching, or at least what I was watching. I mean, you know, Fiona and Cake, Bleach. Just started watching the 3rd season again. I'm on like the 2nd or 3rd episode right now. Not too deep in, but you know, of course, here's the. I don't think I was drawing Eren, but I think I was just drawing a character, and I put the Titan marks there. Spoilers, but you know. Oh no, those are notes of a video I was watching back then. Some more Splatoon, a character, and this. So some more of these. Again, these sketchbooks I'm gonna show you guys are definitely not, I guess, a proper sketchbook as some artists would say, but these sketchbook is, oh my god, speak a little slower. Articulate yourself. These sketchbooks have made me a better artist, even with the what some would call trash drawings. At least I call them that. At least some of them are little gestures and stuff. Drawing some hands. I want to say around this era, I was really getting addicted to drawing hands, mainly because I started getting better at them. Of course, in some cases, they would end up like this, but you know, we're not perfect. That's one thing for sure that you guys should take away from this video is settle down on your perfectionism. You know, it's great to have the perfectionist mindset in some things because it's just passion, you know, and I have my fair share of that. Perfectionism can definitely drive you insane. This bike is cool in these shapes. But definitely cool down with it. You know, it can get very tiresome. It could be harder to have fun with art and creating when you have too much perfectionism on your mind. Another thing I also want to talk about is social media and numbers. That kind of held me up for quite a while. Don't get me wrong, I'm still working on it. Given it's definitely something you still have to worry about if you want to make an art career in the online space. Numbers are kind of something you at least got to think about a little bit. Point is not to get crazily hung up on them. You know, numbers do not dictate your worth as an artist. You know, you gotta remind yourself of that sometimes. This is cool, little Kirby. Love me a Kirby. Some side profiles and stuff. This is a completely empty page. This page is basically empty. Yeah, there's a lot of those, as you guys know. But it's okay. It is okay. This is of I think it's Unimago on Instagram. I'll put her thing up. Pretty sure I've seen this on Pinterest, and I always loved her AirPod. No, they're not AirPod Maxes. I think they're like Sony headphones she usually uses as a base. She uses Gundams, like the little. I'll throw it up on screen. Y'all know what I'm talking about. She uses those as parts to make attachments for her earphones, which are it's so dope. It's so cool. Been following her for a while. I haven't seen her stuff on my page in a long time though, but back then she was on my explore page quite a lot actually. This is cool. I think I've seen this on Pinterest. I definitely did. I think it would be really cool if some of these references that you guys see, you guys use as drawings. I've seen that a lot actually with some drawings I've done, and another artist will be using it. I'll be like, oh shit, like this reference I use is really, for me, of course anybody could see it, but you know, this was the start of one of my characters, Robo. This was completely based off of a Pinterest photo I seen, and I just really liked it. And from there, my character kind of evolved a lot actually. She kind of went from a character that doesn't talk and you can only tell her emotions or speaking patterns or whatever through her face mask. It's a little Sonic, you know, the GOAT. To now you can fully see her face and her beautiful afro. She's still kind of silent, but you know, she actually talks now, so it's a part of evolving. But this is the last page of the sketchbook. This is I think I turned this into an illustration. If I could find it, I'll put it up on screen. But yeah, this is the end of this sketchbook. Second one done. We got one more. And this blue one, ASMR. Wait, hold on. Today will be guys. Look, I'm not gonna diss someone's yum. Is that the saying? I personally have never was able to really get into ASMR stuff. Yeah, this is definitely all from like oil, grapeseed oil. Use it. I think I used it either on my hair or I just had it in my bag, and my sketchbook kind of got the residue of it, but you know, growing pains. But yeah, I've never really been able to get into the ASMR craze, you know. Of course, I could see how it could be satisfying, mainly for objects, but people talking, and I just can't do it. Like, you get out of my ear. I wouldn't be surprised if half of y'all clicked off the video when I was doing that. I'm so sorry. But if you enjoyed it, I'm happy for you. This was for a traditional drawing idea I had. I never ended up doing it. Maybe I still will. I don't know. But just some gesturals and foreshortening and perspective stuff. Same thing here, kind of basically about the same thing. Practicing shapes and stuff with hands and just interesting little wiggle wobbles, wibble wobbles, wibble stobbles, wibble blobbles. You feel me? I do a lot of these shapes. These are really good to do for when you're about to start a drawing. Do these little 3D shapes. These can warm you up pretty well. Same thing with like quick little dashes, you know, dashes of strokes. Pause. But yeah, no, these are really good for you know, this isn't a bad drawing. Little surrealism, kind of. Little some. I kind of do these a lot with my characters. Well, not characters, but when I'm drawing a pose, sometimes I'll draw it kind of blocky like this. Just makes it kind of quicker and easier to understand, I guess. This is cool. Little cars. I need to get into drawing vehicles more, actually. I'd like to. I've only done them a little bit, but I think it'll be fun too. This was for my class. We had to take notes on, we got a list of artists. Mine was on, I'm gonna butcher the name, but it's Chiho Oshima, I think. Chiho Oshima, I think that's how you pronounce it. But yeah, we had to basically draw on her art style and like understand what made her art style kind of comic-like. And if I could find the traditional drawing, I'll put it up on screen. It was a self-portrait. I should still have it. I'm pretty sure I do. But, you know, these were different ideas I had. This one is actually really cool. I'm pretty proud of this one. This is kind of dope. I hope nobody takes this idea, but if you do, and I would love this apple, this face on it. This was kind of cool too. Just some thumbnails right here. Pretty sure that was for class as well. So one of my characters, Elf. You'll notice I do this a lot, where I'll just kind of draw the character in a standing pose with exaggerated shapes for the clothes and stuff. I love doing that. So up close, it was like a comic. We're supposed to make a short comic strip for class. I definitely don't have it anymore. I'm pretty sure I threw it away, but we had to take this kind of like knife and carved in the glass. And we would get ink and we would print it on paper, and we were basically doing what they did back then in terms of making comics. At least another way of making comics. This is another one of the comics. This one was a fashion show of one of my characters, Izzy. I actually do want to turn this into an actual comic. I was pretty proud of the layout of that. So you guys are getting the sneak peek of it. And if you guys are watching this months later and I still haven't made it a comic yet, please get on my ass in my Instagram DMs or in the comments below on whatever my most recent video is at that time. Be like, yo, where is the comic? Yeah, me and my girlfriend do this a lot. We've had a few classes together, and for both drawing in our sketchbook, or if I'm on my iPad, she'll just draw something cute or say something cute and I'll do the same back. Love you. I know you're watching. This is for my sculpture class, and we had to do weights. Well, it didn't have to be weights, but it had to show some sort of weight. It had to feel like it was heavy. And mine is downstairs in the garage. I'll put it up on screen if I feel like it. You guys will maybe see it. It was cool though. I liked it. It's my girlfriend's drawing. She's an artist too. I think this is hers too. But it's from my sculpture class as well. It was supposed to be kind of like memory, memory vibes. But ideas were cool though. Let me flip this back open like this. I don't like that. Just random doodle page. Same thing with here. I'm pretty sure this was for class as well. You'll notice this sketchbook is pretty class heavy, not really a personal sketchbook, but I've used it a little bit. This is for, I'm gonna put this up on screen for sure, because this was the traditional drawing I was telling you guys about. If I already didn't put it up on screen the last time, because I don't remember everything I said in the last recording, because it's been a whole day, so I might just be repeating myself, but I'll put it up on screen again. And these are the concept sketches of it. Originally, well, I basically mixed these two, and around the time the Chainsaw Man movie either came out or was coming out, so I kind of based it off of Reze's character a little bit, and I mixed these two, the first and the second, and we're supposed to do a collage painting and stuff. It was really cool. This is sculpture notes on other people's stuff, so you ain't gotta worry about that. Don't even look at that. But just some sketches. I think this was for, I'm pretty sure this was for class. This was for class. It was. We were supposed to make a sculpture. It wasn't for my sculpture class though. It was for my my drawing. It's a comics class, but we did pretty much everything in there. So yeah. This idea was kind of like a Sonic. It wasn't a cup, but yeah. But his face in perspective was really cool. I actually really liked that one. And then this is like me as a me. This is the one I ended up doing because it was quick and easy. Did I throw it away? Yes, I did. Well, damn. So this sketchbook is still in progress. As you guys can see, we do have other sketchbooks, but I'm gonna save that for another video. I'll save that for another video. So we are done. This is the third one. Perfect. If you guys enjoyed this video, I'm gonna get the other ones, put it up on here, and since I know there's not a lot of sketches in those other ones, I'm also put up some concept sketches and just sketches of digital stuff I made as well. So it'll be a digital sketchbook and a traditional one as well for the next one to kind of pile everything together. This video was fun though. It was nice to look back on old sketches and stuff. I haven't really shown. Yeah, I don't finish a lot of my sketchbooks. I do have a lot of unfinished artworks as well. Definitely working on that. That is something I want to work on this year. So something to take away from this video. Yeah, that's it. Keep drawing, bro. I don't have a underlying message. I don't have none of that. None of that. I don't. Just keep drawing, bro. And it's okay if some things are unfinished, Just move on to the next page.
Not for period.
So thank y'all for watching though. Thank y'all for watching. I appreciate y'all. I'm just trying to see how I'm gonna end this. I don't really know. I'm probably gonna keep on rambling, and I really don't know. I might just I don't know. I appreciate y'all. Bye. I'm out.
First of all, your Jordans are completely fake. Second, you razor chin, you have absolutely no maidens. And finally, you, my friend, haven't even thought about buying Spotify Premium. Want a break from